Let me
You're
show
making a mistake.
You're
sir.
asking me what I'm doing. I've
Yep.
told you how many times,
You didn't tell me.
and you're not getting my ID. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start recording. I'm gonna get my phone out right here. Okay?
Have you ever wondered what unfolds when someone exercises their First Amendment rights in front of a government building? Today, we're diving into a compelling incident that raises important questions about free speech and police authority. On May 30th, 2023, Jeff Gray, a civil rights advocate, stood outside Ocean Springs City Hall in Mississippi, holding a sign that read, "God bless the homeless vets." His mission was to test the boundaries of his First Amendment rights across various cities along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. As part of his effort, Officer Wilder from the Ocean Springs Police Department approached him, leading to a significant interaction that was later shared online. Don't miss out on these shocking truths. You're watching Cops and Consequences. Subscribe now to join our community.
What is it? God bless everyone today. Good morning, sir.
What are we doing?
God bless homeless veterans.
Huh?
God bless our homeless veterans.
Okay, so what are we doing?
God bless the homeless veterans.
I heard you the first time. Why don't you answer my question? What are you doing?
God bless the homeless veterans.
All right, you need to go somewhere else
Why is that?
because you can't solicit here on the property.
God bless the homeless veterans.
God bless them too. And have a nice day. I'm a veteran myself. And move.
God bless the homeless veterans.
ID, please.
For what?
Did I just tell you to move?
Why are you telling me?
Because you can't be here.
Why?
Because I said,
Just because you said?
yeah, you're on city property.
Yeah, I am.
Are you soliciting money?
God bless the homeless veterans.
Again, what are you doing?
God bless the homeless veterans. God.
I can read.
Shh, shh, shh. Listen to me.
You're fixing to piss me off.
I don't give a damn if I piss you off or not.
Really?
God. Is pissing you off have any kind of relevance on whether I'm what I'm doing?
Yeah, you can't be here.
Chill it out.
No, I'm not telling you.
De-escalate and calm down.
No, I already
Back
told
off
you
a
what you
little.
need to do.
Back off a little before you make a big mistake.
Big mistake, really?
Yeah.
No,
Let me
you're
show
making a mistake.
You're
sir.
asking me what I'm doing. I've
Yep.
told you how many times.
You didn't tell me.
God bless
I can read.
the homeless veterans. Now, do you understand what I'm doing?
Oh, you want to play that game, really?
I am standing
No, I
on a
don't know
public
what you're doing.
sidewalk
You didn't tell
in
me
front
what
of
you're
City
doing.
Hall.
You keep telling me what's on your sign. You didn't
God
tell me what you're doing.
bless the homeless veterans. What do you not get about that?
What are you not getting understand me for you telling you to leave?
You can't tell me to leave.
I can tell you to leave.
I'm engaged
You're
in constitution protected activity, sir.
Officer Wilder asserted that Jeff Gray was not permitted to stand in front of City Hall and demanded he leave the premises. Gray countered by asserting that his actions were protected under the First Amendment. While the First Amendment safeguards free speech, it doesn't grant an absolute right to occupy government property indefinitely. The Supreme Court, in the landmark 1965 case of Cox versus Louisiana, clarified that although free speech is fundamental, it doesn't allow individuals to address any public space at any time. Moreover, in the 1981 case of United States Postal Service versus Council of Greenberg Civic Associations, it was established that government ownership of property doesn't automatically grant access rights under the First Amendment. In evaluating such cases, courts typically categorize government property into traditional public forms, limited public forms, and non-public forms. Traditional public forms include places like streets and parks, where free expression is highly protected. If the area outside Ocean Springs City Hall is deemed a traditional public forum, Gray's right to free speech would likely outweigh the city's attempts to restrict his presence there.
Look,
Really?
you've got one of two choices.
Oh, I do. So
You,
you're telling me I have
officer,
I
have one of two choices. You can respect my civil rights, or you can violate my civil rights. Which one's it going to be? I'm standing here with this sign, and I'm going to stand here. God put it in my heart. I'm not going anywhere. And you're not getting my ID. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start recording. I'm going to get my phone out right here, okay?
See this? I'm
Yeah.
recording right now too.
Can people get body cams from city?
So
All
you're
right.
recording too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
I'm
what's it
glad
going to
you're
be?
recording as well.
You've got one of two choices.
So you're telling me what I have to do.
You've got one of two choices.
Okay.
You can respect my
Well, let me
constitutional
go tell
rights.
you this.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go tell the mayor, and when the mayor comes out here to tell you to leave and you refuse, then I'm gonna arrest you.
All right, if I refuse.
Okay? Yes, if you refuse.
Even though I'm engaged in constitutional
It doesn't
protected
matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, it
I'm
does
standing on a
not.
public sidewalk in front of
Because
City
you're
Hall.
allowed to move. You're allowed to leave.
I'm going to stay
You're
here.
being told.
I'm gonna stay. If the mayor comes out and tells me to leave under threat of arrest, I'll leave.
Be right back.
This is a constitutionally protected activity. I can't believe this.
All right, well, I just got off the phone
Yes, sir.
making a phone call. And
Yes,
the
sir.
thing is, you're actually on government property.
Right, I'm on
Okay.
City Hall property.
Yes, we have the right, the City Hall, and me as being part of the city, can ask you to leave the property. We have that right. We own this thing. The city owns it. All right? So the city employee, it's myself, people that work in there, has asked you to leave, and you refuse.
Okay, if you want me to leave,
And
I'll
you
leave.
And you refuse. Let me explain myself before you go any further.
Okay.
Because you're very confrontational. You want to tell me what I can and can't do, and you told me if I violate your rights, I'm gonna be, I don't know, in trouble, I guess. I'm a vet as myself.
All right.
I understand what you're doing. That's fine.
Mhm.
They don't want you here on city property. Now, if you walked off the property, you went somewhere else, all right, not on private property, and did this, it wouldn't be a problem. You understand that?
It's,
Do you understand that?
I'm engaged in constitutionally
understand that?
protected. I'm engaged.
Yes or no? It's a very simple
I'm
question. Do
engaged
you
in a
understand me?
constitutionally protected activity.
So
sir.
let me explain this
This
to you
is
again.
freedom of speech and freedom
I
of
don't
religion.
care.
If you want,
Let me
if you're-
explain this again.
If they're trespassing
Let me
me, I'll
explain
leave.
this again. You're trespassed.
Okay, I'll leave.
Now you're done.
Initially, Officer Wilder informed Gray that the mayor would order him to leave and that he would be arrested if he didn't comply. However, Wilder later returned alone and declared Gray trespassed. According to Mississippi Code, Section 97-17-97, trespassing involves remaining on someone else's property without permission after being asked to leave. The application of this statute to government-owned property like City Hall is ambiguous. It raises the question of whether Officer Wilder had the authority to declare Gray trespassed without explicit authorization from city officials. Given that Gray was engaged in protected speech during regular business hours, it is probable that a court would find the trespassing claim invalid under the current ordinances, specifically Mississippi Section 1510, which restricts trespassing only outside regular business hours.
How long? I gotta
Now,
get.
before you go anywhere else,
Yes, sir.
I have a right to be here.
Okay.
Let me explain the law to you again.
All right, I wanted
want
to
your
leave.
identification.
You want my ID? Can I reach in
Yeah,
my pocket and
you
get
can
it?
reach in your pocket.
Okay, I'm gonna step away from you a little bit.
Because I want your ID.
Can we go over there and do this so I'm
No,
off the
right
property? Okay, my ID is right here.
Because I have a valid reason to be here, and I have a valid reason to ask you for identification.
You don't care if I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. You're a military veteran.
Then go get your freaking lawyer and sue the city if you think that's a violation.
I would rather not
You're
do that.
Then do that. Because I can tell you what, you're not going to go anywhere with it. You understand me?
I would rather not do that. I would rather you respect my constitutionally protected rights, especially being a veteran.
I do
Well, you
very
obviously
much
don't.
every day.
You're trespassing me
But
off
when
of
you
public
start
property.
becoming confrontational and telling me what I can and can't do, guess what? You're gonna lose every time.
Is it illegal?
Because I know what my job is. I know what the Constitutional says. I know what the God-given right is. You're not going to tell me anything different. You understand me? You want to get confrontational? I can get confrontational. I did 20 years in the military. I collect a VA check for being disabled. I don't have a problem you holding that sign and saying that. But when somebody tells you you have to leave and you can't do it in front of a city building, guess what? You got to go. Just that simple.
I'm not answering any more questions.
Good.
You told me to leave. I'm trying to leave, but you got my ID.
Yeah, I got your ID
You told me
now.
I was trespassed. I'm leaving.
Yes, you are.
All right. You stopped me from leaving.
When I run your information, then you're really free to go.
Officer Jill, can I speak with you, sir?
Yeah, it's pronounced Gil.
Gil, I'm sorry.
Yeah, badge number 35.
All
How
right.
are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to explain to the officer here. I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. This is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of assembly on a traditional public forum at the steps of City Hall. All I've been doing out here is politely and peacefully saying God bless the homeless veterans, people that are coming and going. I told him I'm saying God bless the homeless veterans. And now he's trespassing me off the property.
Okay.
I don't think he can do that. I think it's constitutionally, I think he's violating my civil rights doing so. So if somebody could please contact the mayor, the city manager, the city attorney, and let them know what's going on before you guys follow through with this trespass. He's trespassed me. I tried to leave, but he stopped me to get my ID. So I'm trying to comply with the trespass.
I don't know if he told you not. The way the call got reported to us was that you were out here soliciting for money, holding a sign. We don't know that until we come here and see what's going on.
Well, even if I was soliciting, it's still a civil right. even if I was. But I'm standing here. I told him multiple times, God bless the homeless veterans. That's what I'm doing. He asked me, what are you doing? God bless the homeless veterans.
I'll wait.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. We have city ordinances in the city, loitering, panhandling, things like that. Right? And I'm not saying you were doing any of that stuff. Well, we don't know that until we do our job and investigate, right? Well, after we read your sign, we see you're not asking for money. You're just expressing your freedom of speech in a public place, right?
Yes.
We can't have you loitering though. So in the city, I don't know if you're familiar with the city ordinance or not. If you stay stagnant or idle in a public place, even the sidewalk, for 30 minutes or more, that's a violation of the city ordinance here in Ocean Springs.
Officer Gill arrived on the scene and cited a city loitering ordinance, claiming that individuals cannot remain in one place for over 30 minutes. However, this ordinance, Mississippi Code Section 1510, specifically prohibits loitering only after business hours and under conditions that cause disturbances. Gray was peacefully exercising his speech rights during business hours, making it unlikely that his actions constituted unlawful loitering. Courts have historically struck down vague loitering laws that fail to provide clear guidelines, as seen in the 1978 case of Papa Christou versus the City of Jacksonville. Such laws can lead to arbitrary enforcement and infringe upon constitutional rights. In Gray's situation, the ordinance's vague language would likely render it unconstitutional when applied to his protected activities.
Am I trespassed?
Yeah, you're trespassed. Don't come back on the city property.
For how long?
Not for what you're doing. If you got business here, you can come back and do business, but you can't just stand here with a whole sign.
I'm leaving.
You to leave. Bye.
And if I don't leave, what'll happen?
Huh?
Would I be arrested if I don't leave?
Yes.
God, I don't know what to do, man. Unbelievable.
After Officer Wilder returned Gray's license, Gray left City Hall while the officers remained at the entrance. Throughout his journey along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Gray encountered varied responses from different cities. In Waveland, for instance, Sergeant Joff Freon threatened Gray with jail time regardless of his constitutional protections. Contrastingly, in Gulfport and Pascagoula, Gray received more favorable interactions, with local officials recognizing his peaceful intentions and constitutional rights. While it remains unclear if Gray will pursue legal action from this particular incident, his consistent, respectful demeanor and adherence to the law highlight the complexities of police-citizen interactions. This case underscores the need for better understanding and training regarding constitutional rights among law enforcement officers. Thank you for watching this deep dive into Jeff Gray's interaction with Ocean Springs Police. If you found this analysis insightful, make sure to subscribe to Cops and Consequences for more in-depth explorations of police and citizen encounters. Join our community and stay informed on the critical issues that shape our society.